Hi, this is Mo Volans for Tuts Plus, and I've got a bad head cold. So in the last few videos it was developing and now it's here to stay. So please forgive me for my bunged up sound here. But what we're looking at in these two videos that I'm going to be recording concurrently, and they'll probably appear sort of reasonably close together, I would imagine. We're continuing down the road with our Synth course that I've been looking at. And we started using FabFilter's one synth, which is really cheap and really simple. And I did pads and strings and leads, bass and effects and stuff like this. And I think more or less everything we could with that synth. I think we did sort of, about 6 or 7 sounds maybe. And now I think we're ready to step up a little and start to look at slightly more complicated sounds. So I'm going to use Diva, Yuhi's Diva. It is more expensive, so if you want it, you're going to have to splash out. But it's well worth it because it's probably one of the best virtual analogs out there. And of course, you can apply anything that I show you here on any other synth that has got similar features, right? So don't worry if you've not got Diva. So what I'm going to start with is some stuff we probably couldn't do in one, and I'm going to do some modulation-based quick tips. This one is going to look at timed LFOs, and I'm going to show you how to do what's called a sample and hold LFO, which is a really classic effect, but really useful to help you understand sort of timed modulation. And then we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you how to achieve sort of an acid effect, an acid glide bass sound, which is another sort of modulation trick. Okay, so we've just got a saw wave here, which is sort of always my starting point. Let me just turn this down so it's not clipping. Okay, so really simple saw wave. So what I want to do is this sample and hold effect. It's from a tune called Res by Underworld, really sort of old 90s track. I mean, it's from lots of stuff, but that's probably what made it reasonably iconic, at least in modern music. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off by just creating a really resonant filter. We want it to nearly self-oscillate, to be honest. So I want that sort of squelchy sound, okay? And then we're going to turn up LFO2. Okay, so you can hear that it's at the minute it's just like a triangle or a sine wave. There's a sine wave. It's on triangle. And what we're going to do is we're going to have we want random hold. Okay. Now you can just about hear that, but what we need to do is bring the cutoff down. And we're going to bring the rate up. Starting to come into shape now. Now the trick is here really to sort of balance the LFO amount here and the cutoff. You want to go down to the lowest point possible with the cutoff. I mean, if you take the LFO away, you should still be able to hear it, and then you can start to raise the amount of LFO. Look. You also want to hear those very high tones. So that's essentially the effect, but we also want to sync it, so we can sync it to 16ths or 8ths would probably be a better idea. I think the rate, there we go. And then obviously you can move the cutoff around, but that is your standard sample and hold resonant effect. You can try different filter modes. Great. So if you want a sample and hold effect, sync it up with your project, sync it up with some beats, and add some delay as well. I didn't really do that. I mean, we could quickly do that here. And you get that real res sound. So there you go, sample and hold. Next up, we're going to take a look at acid bass and classic glide effects, and I'm going to show you how that works if I can get through it with this head cold. Until then, I'll say bye for now.